Hey guys, so welcome back to another one of my linked list tutorials. Today we'll be seeing how to delete a node. Right, so let's just get started. Right, so for example, we have a node here, and let's say I want to delete a node C. Okay, so that's in the middle. So I want to provide index of my node which I want to delete. That's all to my function. All right, so I just want to give delete this index in my list, and so we have to iterate through the list and then delete that position. Okay, so let's see how we do this. So now I want to create two pointers. Okay, one pointer will iterate through, and the q pointer, let's call it q and let's call the first one p. The q pointer will follow just behind it. Okay, so when p is on head, q will be on null. When p will be on b, that is the second node, q will come on a. When p will go to c, q will go to b. Okay, so we just move those pointers one behind the other. All right, so for example, now we want to delete the c node, that is the third node. So now my p is here, and then my q is here. Okay, so for p I needed to make two transitions. Basically I needed to move p two times. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to delete this c node, and then I want to continue my list further. So basically I want to join the b node and then the d node. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is basically, now that I know that my p is on this certain position and now I want to delete this node, what I'm going to do is I have the value of q. Okay, so I have the node which comes before p. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to point the q. I'm going to do q dot next as is equal to p dot next. Okay, so p dot next basically points to d. So when I do q dot next is equal to p dot next, so that means basically the next, the address which q has, it will point towards d. Okay, and then what I want to do is delete basically my this c node. Okay, I want to use free, I want to free it. Basically I don't want it to be in my memory. Okay, that's good practice. And let's just say for our function we will return the deleted value. Okay, so I'm going to store, before deleting I'm going to store the data of the c node and then I'm going to return it. All right, so let's just call it x. Yeah, so let's design our function that, let's call it, we will return an integer which will be the basically the data of the deleted node. Okay, so now let's just get started. Okay, right, so as you can see, these are the functions that we created in the last video. You can go ahead and check out in the playlist. All right, so now let's create our function to delete a node. So I want to do int delete node, and like I always said, I want to pass my head pointer. Okay, and then I want to pass an integer which I'm going to call an index. Okay, so like I explained, I need to create a pointer and I'm going to call it null. Okay, the q, which will basically follow p, it will be just behind p. Okay, let's just see it. I'm gonna create a variable and I'm just gonna give it a value -1, and then I'm gonna create I as well because we need it for the loop. All right, now I'm going to check a certain condition. Okay, what if the index which has been passed is less than 0 or it's greater than the length of my node, length of my list? Okay, at that time my function won't work. It will basically give an error. So I want to add in that condition, so it will basically say if index is less than 1 or or index is greater than count of p. Okay, so this count of p function we created in our last tutorials. There's a video, you can check it out. It basically iterates through the list and counts how many number of nodes are there in our linked list. All right, so I'm just going to use this function, and if that's the case I just want to return -1. All right, so that's very easy. All right, so there's another thing that you need to know. If, for example, okay, this was the process for deleting a node at a certain position. What if we want to delete the head? Okay, that means we have to change the pointer and then point it to the next node. Okay, so if I want to delete my head, what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to point the next, I'm going to iterate it by 1. Okay, so now I'm going to do first, for example, first or head is equal to head dot next. So now my head will point at B. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete my head node, because that there's no way to access that, right? Because then it will be just sitting in the memory alone. Okay. So we don't want to do that. We want to delete. So now let's create our condition. So let's call it 1. So if index is equal to 1, it basically means that now we want to delete our head node. Okay, so now what we will do, we will put the value of first in q, all right, because let's say we need it. And then I'm going to do x is equal to first dot data, because I need to return my x value. Okay, we have to return the deleted node as well. And then like I said, I'm just going to do first or head is equal to first dot next. Now my first will point to the next position. Now I want to delete q. Okay, so q is a pointer. Now it will delete the first node. Okay, it will delete whatever data is stored in that specific address. Okay, and then I want to return my x variable. Okay, so that's it. When my function will be called, then if we are deleting the head node, it will be deleted, it will be pointing to the next node, and then basically our list is complete and we are returning the deleted number. Okay, so now if we want to delete it at a certain position, so I'm going to create a loop. Okay, and now I'm going to create a for loop here. So for I is equal to 0, I want I basically less than index minus 1, as because I explained it in the diagram, we need to move 2 times if you want to delete the third position. Okay, so now I'm going to do I plus plus as usual. I'm going to go through the loop, and here what I said, what I explained in the last time, as we iterate forward, I want P to move forward and then I want Q to follow. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to set Q as P, and then I'm going to do P is equal to P dot next. So now Q will contain the old value of P, and now P will contain the next node, basically the new value. All right, so that's all we are doing in the loop. Now we will move as long as we have the index, and now since we have that correct position which we want to delete, like I said, I'm going to do q dot next is equal to p dot next. So basically I'm pointing to the next node. I'm not just going further. I'm skipping the current node and then I'm going to the next node. Okay, and now I'm going to put x, and then I'm going to put the current data, period data, so which value we have to actually return. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to free p, and then here I just want to return x again. All right, so everything looks good. We have no syntax errors as well. All right, so let's just try to run it. Okay, so first I am displaying it here, and then let's go ahead and delete node. Okay, and I'm going to call it here. I'm going to call menu function here. I'm going to go like delete node, and then what I have to pass, I have to pass first, like I explained in my playlist, and then I wanna pass in the index. Okay, so let's see. I wanna pass in 3, for example. Okay, and now I wanna print my linked list again. Delete node, and now let's just print it. So I'm gonna go display first. Right, so let's check out the display function first. So display function basically iterates through the loop and then shows us displays whatever data we have, and then it basically just moves again p is equal to p dot next. All right, so hopefully this works. Let's try to run this. All right, so right click. Okay, so yeah, here you go. Let me just run this again so you can see it clearly. Right, I'm going to close this, and then I want to run this again. So as you can see, my original linked list was this 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, and after deleting I am printing that linked list again. So as you can see now it is 3, 7, 9, 10. So as you can see my third position, that is 8, has been deleted, and my next node is connected and the further node is displayed as usual. Okay, so that was basically how to delete a node function in C++. If you like this video, give it a like. Please subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye, take care.